Yeah. So we're listening to our partner give us directions. We're trusting what they're saying. We can't see where we're going, so we kind of have to put our trust into our partner, right? Paige?
It helps with communication.
Helps with communication? How so?
Like on the soccer field, like we have to communicate with each other.
Yeah, so that's good because that kind of goes into my next question. How do we want to communicate with our partners or our teammates, Izzy?
It's like how if there's a goalie and you're a defender, they're going to tell you, like, go mark this person and then Hannah or somebody, you drop back and do this and you have to trust what they're saying.
Yep.
And you can't just, like, do it all yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Working together, communicating to know what everyone's plan is. So, Kaylin?
It's like if you have the ball and you're dribbling forward and you can't see if someone's coming up behind you and they're saying
Yeah, exactly. So your partner's giving you direction or your teammate's telling you, man on because someone's coming. You don't want to, get the ball taken from you. Exactly. That's perfect. So we did 2 different activities. You were blindfolded and then you were sighted. So when you could see, what were some of the challenges when you were the one giving direction? Alexis?
oh, which way is left sometimes?
So for getting your directions.
Not listening.
Yep. Maybe your partner not listening or not understanding your directions. Caroline?
It's hard to see, like, how far you have to go because you don't know how close or how far things are.
Yeah.
So you can't tell how far left or how
Yeah.
far right.
So with that being said, was it easier or harder when you were able to follow your partner versus standing on the line?
Easier because you could, like, hear their voice.
You didn't have to use your man voice.
Or you could just hear them with other
Yeah, you could hear them. You weren't trying to, pick out their voice, which is definitely a challenge on the soccer field. Sometimes there's more than one person talking, so being able to pick out their voice. What else was an issue or a challenge when you could see and were giving directions? Maria?
Trying to talk over everyone.
Talk over everyone? Yep. Alyssa?
If like they were going straight, then all of a sudden they turned their body and they were going a different direction, and like you were like turn, but then they were like, ooh, you want to go this way, but then that's kind of frustrating.
Yes, so redirecting them, giving the right direction. So maybe, kind of being on the same page as your partner, maybe adjusting your direction or your communication so that they understood it. Caroline?
It's hard to figure out, like, where they were or where they thought they were, so you could adjust them according to that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. So on the other side, what were some of the challenges when you were blindfolded? Brooke?
When they said to turn, you didn't know like how far you have to turn because you don't actually know
Yeah.
how you're turning.
You can't see. Paige?
Knowing where you're going.
Yeah, so it kind of goes back to the trust thing when you can't see where you're going, right? It's difficult and you kind of have to trust your partner to get you to where you need to be. Kaya?
Trying to pick out from the voices who is you.
Yeah, so it wasn't just hard to be giving the direction, yelling over everyone. It was also hard when you were blindfolded to pick out your partner's voice, right? Anyone else with the blindfolded versus being able to see? No? Okay, 2 more questions. How important was the trust and communication? Then we talked about it at the beginning. How important was it during this exercise?
Very important.
It's like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the whole experiment.
So what happens if you don't trust your partners or your teammates or aren't communicating with them? Paige?
You fail.
You fail. Okay.
Fail.
How so in like soccer, how would you say that you fail? So like during a game,
You lose the ball.
you lose the ball. Anything else? If you don't trust your partner,
win.
you may not win. Okay, Maria.
You may pass the ball in a different direction.
Yeah. Anyone else have any idea why trust and communication is so important when you're doing activities, especially in soccer?
You might go to the wrong side.
Go to the wrong side? Yeah.
Work together to do something.
Yeah. So trust and communication is huge when you're working together, whether it's in a pair or in a group, right? So, any last thoughts how we can apply this to our games this weekend? Anyone? Alyssa?
Oh, if someone's like on the field and someone's coming out and they like the ball's like going down and they're like forward, tell them to get back. They need to like trust that you're making the right decision and listen to you.
Yeah. So when your partners are giving you direction or your teammates are saying something, being able to trust their communication and trust what they're telling you to do is right. Anyone else? Anyone any last thoughts? No? Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys helping me out. So we're gonna be done with this and we're gonna move on to practice. So go grab a drink and I'll be over in a few minutes.
Wait.